Somebody at a popular bar in Tybee Island spotted Leilani and her mom Billie Jo ripping shots with each other, and someone even got a photo of it. That's right. They racked up a $300 tab while flirting and demanding phone numbers from the bartenders. Leilani had just been recently ordered to pay child support to her mother because she has custody of the boys. When they ended the night, they stayed in a hotel across the street from the bar. The landfill searched hours at a time over the last week and then took the weekend off to rest, reset, and regroup to get back to searching on Monday morning.
Today's Chatham County Board of Commissioners meeting, the board approved the transfer of $250,000 in school zone camera revenue to police to support a, quote, active long-term investigation. Those funds are supposed to be used for public safety purposes, and the chief could not think of a greater public safety purpose than seeking justice for Quinton Simon.
They have worked 18-hour days since last Wednesday morning.
They need to find the remains if they can, because even though it's not required to have a body to prosecute a murder under Georgia law, it is always better if they can identify a cause and manner of death.
He says police may also just be making sure their case is rock solid before moving forward with an arrest.
Now, Bubba has 2 daughters with other women and stated that he met Leilani at a swimming hole in 2019. They started dating, and then she became pregnant with Quinton in 2020, after he was served with an arrest warrant for breaking into a trailer home back in June of 2020. Leilani had already been arrested for the crime committed in the mobile home park in nearby Waynesboro, where she was living with her mother, Billie Jo. Leilani allegedly cut her way through a screen window and stole $50 from a coin jar. The 40-year-old victim who owned the trailer then called the cops. When confronted by the cops, Leilani admitted to entering the camper and taking all of the change from the coin jar, but added that Bubba had convinced her to do it because he wouldn't be able to fit through the camper window to do it himself. Leilani was charged with first-degree burglary, which is a felony. It ended up being pled down to criminal trespass, court records show, and she was given 12 months probation. She still is on that probation, and another probationary period for a 2021 theft in North Carolina.
Bubba, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like there was an accident, like something happened while Quinton was in the bathtub and he drowned, and they were both high. That's my theory.
Hell, they should just call the police if something like that happened.
If you're high as hell, man, you do stupid shit. Even yourself, you're a different person whenever you defend her, because I'm not defending her. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not the same person on this.
In their conversation, Bubba asked Billie Jo, who has legal custody of Quinton and his older brother, and why police are so confident that he was dumped. They're saying that they've got video. Nobody's seen the video, though. So both she and Bubba were wondering why Danny wasn't also named a suspect, expressing anger that he has since left town. And the rumor was that he was staying with family in Atlanta, but Billie Jo said that he was actually in North Carolina, saying he lied about going to Atlanta. He's not in Atlanta. He's in Dunn, North Carolina.
Leilani reminds me of Megan Boswell, and that phone call just doesn't come. The night after that Quinton was reported missing, Quinton's biological father came to the home, and he said there was a party in the backyard. He said every one of them was high as a kite and drunk as hell. Leilani was on something. She wasn't crying when I walked up. She was laughing and having a good time with everybody. It looked like a party. She didn't have anything to say to me. All she said was she was sorry and that she didn't know what happened to him. That's all she does is lies. Let's go to the next clip.
We're in limbo. We're in limbo just like everybody else is.
Leilani has an interesting pattern to her. How she talks for the most part is with her teeth apart, like normal people do. But what's different is there's parts in this interview where she grits her teeth and she starts talking like that. And I wanted to see the points where she was doing that, what she was actually saying.
Hoping that, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior.
And here's a little example of where she grits her teeth.
We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and they are hoping that,
Now here's what she says when she grits her teeth. There's so many memories. I just started screaming for help. If that's even understandable. You wake up every day angry. She's talking about that phone call doesn't come. So she says, you wake up every day angry, hoping for the phone call that doesn't come. We're hoping he's in somebody's house. We're sitting every day waiting for answers. And there's also the word negligence when she's talking about being harassed. It's interesting. Let's play the clips together.
If that's even understandable. You wake up every day angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't come. We want him back in our arms, holding us. That's what we want. We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and they can't even go out there and do that without harassment and negligence and just everything. It's devastating to see that this is how the outside world reacts. We always are outside because there's just so many memories that we don't know if we're going to have again.
These are, in my opinion, when she's not truthful. For example, you'll see her talking about she's hoping that he's in somebody's house, somebody who wants a baby. And we heard that even from Megan Boswell. Again,